A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant shift in U.S. foreign policy, President Donald Trump has announced a pause in military aid to Ukraine, a decision that has sent shockwaves through the Eastern European nation and raised alarms about the potential consequences for its ongoing conflict with Russia. This move comes after a controversial meeting between Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House, which many observers deemed disastrous for Ukraine's interests. The White House has framed this decision as a pause in review of U.S. assistance, but critics argue that it amounts to a punitive measure against Ukraine, jeopardizing the safety and security of millions of civilians. Military experts are voicing their concerns about the implications of this aid cut. Ivan Stupuk, a former officer with Ukraine's security service, SBU, has described the U.S. cuts as akin to sanctions on Ukraine's defense capabilities. He warned that if the current tension between the U.S. and Ukraine continues, it could lead to catastrophic consequences, including massive Russian missile attacks on Ukrainian cities. Stupuk stated, "Cutting off military supply will have a great impact on defending civilians." As the war enters its fourth year, the stakes have never been higher. Stupuk noted that approximately 55% of the weapons used by Ukrainian forces are domestically produced, while the remainder is sourced from Europe and the United States. Although Ukrainian troops have demonstrated resilience on the battlefield, the cuts in military aid could severely undermine their ability to protect civilians from Russian aggression. One of the most critical components of Ukraine's defense strategy has been the sophisticated U.S. air defense system, the Patriot. Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal was quick to respond to Trump's announcement, highlighting the risks involved in the repair, maintenance, and overall supply of defense systems that are essential for Ukraine's survival. Stupuk emphasized that the Patriot system is vital for repelling Russian ballistic missile strikes, underscoring the importance of continued U.S. support. The ramifications of this pause extend beyond just the Patriot systems. Stupuk indicated that Ukraine may also face shortages of munitions for multiple launch rocket systems, MLRS, and HIMARS, as well as spare parts for M1 Abrams tanks and equipment for F-16 fighter jets. The potential impact on U.S. intelligence assistance is equally troubling, as this support has been crucial for tracking Russian troop movements and selecting strategic targets. Stupuk explained, "Intelligence is not connected just to the battlefield. Yes, we learn about Russian positions, how many tanks do they have, or how many planes, etc. But we also learn about the deployment of Russian troops, about the launch of cruise missiles, Shahid drones, or anything else." The U.S. intelligence network, bolstered by a vast array of satellites, provides Ukraine with real-time information that is vital for civilian safety. As air raid alarms sound across the country, the reliance on U.S. intelligence for threat assessment becomes even more pronounced. The uncertainty surrounding the future of this intelligence support poses a grave risk to Ukrainian civilians, who depend on accurate information to seek shelter during attacks. Trump's decision to halt military aid not only escalates the rift between Washington and Kyiv, but also presents an opportunity for Russian President Vladimir Putin. If the suspension of aid proves to be prolonged, it could allow Putin to solidify his territorial gains and potentially delay negotiations for a ceasefire. Analysts suggest that the ongoing discord between Trump and Zelensky could inadvertently strengthen Russia's position on the battlefield, complicating any future peace talks. As the situation unfolds, the international community watches closely, with many questioning the long-term implications of Trump's decision on Ukraine's sovereignty and the balance of power in Eastern Europe. The potential for increased civilian casualties and a deteriorating security situation in Ukraine raises urgent calls for action from allies around the world. The stakes are undeniably high, and the consequences of this pause in military aid could reverberate far beyond the borders of Ukraine. In conclusion, as the conflict continues to evolve, the critical need for military support and intelligence assistance remains paramount for Ukraine. The ramifications of U.S. policy decisions will undoubtedly shape the future of the region and its people. With millions of lives at stake, the world waits to see how this latest development will unfold and what it means for the ongoing struggle against Russian aggression. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.